Hi everyone, this is Katie, and today, as you can see, we are doing a mermaid illustration. So I wanted to start this drawing on my tablet and using Clip Studio Paint. I started drawing ideas for my mermaid. I wanted to do it this way just because it's so much easier to erase things, resize things, and just figure out what I'm doing. It's easier to do that digitally than to do that on paper with a pencil. And I am just not super confident drawing anatomy and people-ish shapes, so I decided it would be much better doing it digitally this way. I decided to make this mermaid a little edgy or punk rocky, as you can tell by the shaved side of her head. And then after I got the initial sketch down, I created another layer and went over it, tracing it to create my final line work for my illustration. And after the line work is finished, I send it to my printer, and I printed it off onto marker paper so that I could do the colors traditionally. And here she is, printed off and ready to go. I grabbed my alcohol markers and started filling in the blue background of the water behind her. It took quite a while to cover this much of the area with marker, and I had to go over it multiple times trying to get rid of the streakiness, although I could never get all of the streakiness to go away, and I just think that's because of how big of an area I was trying to cover. I also grabbed a darker color for the bottom, just because I wanted the shade of blue to be darker the deeper that the water was. So I would add the darker color, and then I would grab the lighter blue again and go over it, trying to blend the two colors into each other. And then I just continue this process until I got the entire background in, which, like I said, took a while. And I am drawing this mermaid because it is currently Mermay, where you are challenged to draw one mermaid every day for the whole month of May. And there is a prompt list to tell you, give you ideas, I guess, of what kind of mermaid. However, I haven't really been paying attention to the prompt list. I've just been doing my own thing, just making sure that what I draw is a mermaid or mermaid related. And this is my drawing for day 4. And my first 3 days are in the shorts videos on my channel if you want to check those out. And something I have learned while drawing these mermaids is that I am not very good at drawing mermaids, which is not surprising because I feel super not confident drawing people, so I'm not surprised that I find mermaids challenging as well. But that's okay, I'm just gonna keep going and trying to get better a little bit at a time. Okay, so here I wanted to create some light rays coming in from the sky through the top of the water. And I used a white colored pencil to try and accomplish this, which I think worked pretty well. I do wish it could have been a little bit wider, but I just couldn't get it as wide as I wanted with only using a colored pencil. I have seen a YouTube video of someone doing this using a colorless blender to lift up the color off of the page. So I saw that after I did this and I thought, I wonder if that would have worked better to lift off some of the color and then put the colored pencil down. So I might have to try that in a future video. But I went back in with the blue and made it darker around the sun rays. That also helped it stand out a little bit more. And also to get rid of some of the streakiness. But like I said, I never could get rid of all of it just because I think it was such a big area. And here I am starting the work on her hair, which I wanted her hair to be a purple color. So I took some purples and some pinks and some blues even to shade the pinks, and I think I accomplished a purple color that resembles hair. I did enjoy shading her skin, although I think I do need to learn skin tones a little better and not be afraid to go darker in my shading. I think I go a little too light sometimes, but like I said, I don't have that much experience drawing people or characters at all, so I am learning. I chose pink for her fin. Like, I wanted a kind of a bright pink, which I think I accomplished eventually. But I do like how the fin turned out after I got some of the shading in there. And I would just go back and forth, putting the darker color in and then going back over it with the lighter color, just trying to blend them all together. But I do love the very vibrant color of pink of her fin. And I'm adding some more fish just into the background, just to give that vibe that yes, she is underwater. I always panic a little bit when I first put the marker down on her skin tone, because it always looks darker at first because it dries lighter. So every time I freak out for just a second, and then it dries and I'm like, oh, never mind. And then here I'm just working on some of those rocks that I wanted in the foreground and the seaweed behind the rocks. Now we're just adding some of the last finishing touches with colored pencil, just for those tiny details on the lips and in the eyes that are hard to get to. But there she is, and I'm pretty happy with how she turns out. I think she looks great, and like I said, I really like the pink fin. So thank you for watching my video. If you like this one, check out my channel, look at my other videos, like and subscribe, and I will see everyone next time.